Stop wasting your life. Time is running out. Stoicism. In today's fast-paced world, we are constantly urged to move faster, do more, and fill every second of our day with tasks and obligations. But have you ever stopped and wondered if you are actually using your time the way you want to? Time, the only resource we can never get back, slips by unnoticed as we pursue our goals and deal with the demands of life. Imagine this. Every morning you wake up with 6,400 seconds in your time bank. At the end of the day, whatever you haven't used is gone forever. How will you choose to spend those minutes? Will you invest them in things that truly add value to your life? This isn't just a philosophical thought. It's a call to action. Time is running out, and how we use it today will shape our future. Let's take a step back and reassess our priorities, deciding what's truly worth our attention. I invite you to join me on this journey of transformation. Share in the comments, I choose to live each moment with purpose and stoic wisdom. Let's create a community where we honor the most precious resource we have, time, by living intentionally and making each moment count. Welcome to Stoic in Your Life, where we explore how to live fully, guided by Stoic principles, and stop wasting time we'll never get back. Number 1, the value of time. Time is one of our most precious and irreplaceable resources. Unlike wealth or possessions, time cannot be replenished once it is lost. Each day we are given exactly 6,400 seconds, a time that may seem abundant at first but which quickly passes with the passage of time, never to be regained. As the great Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once wisely observed, the present moment is all we really possess. This reflects the core of Stoic philosophy, which urges us to fully embrace the present and avoid waiting for some future moment that we imagine will be perfect. Procrastination thrives on the delusion that time is infinite, that we can always push meaningful actions to tomorrow. Yet too often we realize too late that time has passed us by. As children, the days seem endless. The summer vacations stretch into eternity, and every day seems filled with limitless possibility. But as we grow older, we begin to sense the relentless passage of time. Days blend into one another, years speed by, and before we know it, decades have gone. This is where Stoic wisdom becomes invaluable. Time, according to Stoicism, is a finite asset, one that, like money, must be spent wisely. Unlike money, which can be replenished once time is gone, it is gone forever. The Stoic philosopher Seneca offered a crucial reminder. Life is long if you know how to use it. This is a call to avoid wasting time on trivial pursuits or distractions and instead to focus on what truly matters: growth, learning, and aligning ourselves with our highest values. Think of time as a bank account that gives you exactly 86,400 seconds each day to spend. How you choose to allocate those seconds determines the quality of your life. Like managing your finances, how you spend your time requires conscious effort and decision-making. Yet many of us falter in this area due to the constant threat of procrastination. We tend to believe there will always be time later, only to realize that time has a way of slipping away when we least expect it. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus teaches us a valuable lesson. The only moment we control is the present. This statement emphasizes the importance of focusing on the here and now. Too often, we allow ourselves to be consumed by fantasies of a future version of ourselves who will have the time or motivation to take action. But that idealized future self is elusive, and it is the actions we take today that define the course of our lives. Modern Stoicism teaches us to embrace the fleeting nature of time, to fully inhabit each moment, and to take intentional action in the present, for it is the present that shapes the future. In the modern world, this is especially important. We live in an age where distractions are constant, and the temptation to delay important tasks is ever present. Yet the key to living a fulfilled life lies in how we choose to use our time. Every moment we waste is a moment that could have been used to pursue a goal, to deepen our relationships, to learn something new, or to grow as individuals. The relentless passage of time forces us to ask, what are we waiting for? Time will not wait for us. And just as Seneca urged, we must learn to use our time wisely, for how we spend it ultimately determines the meaning of our lives. To truly appreciate the value of time, consider how much of your life has already passed. The clock is always ticking, and every day is an opportunity to invest your time in ways that align with your deepest values. Don't let the illusion of endless time prevent you from acting now. As Marcus Aurelius advised, do not waste time on what you cannot control. Focus instead on what you can do today and make it count. Time is the most democratic of resources. It is the one thing that is truly equal among all people. It does not care about wealth, status, or achievements. The difference between those who live fulfilling lives and those who look back with regret often lies in how they chose to spend their time. If you're waiting for the right moment to start living, you're already missing the point. Life is happening right now in this very moment, and the clock continues to tick. Number 2, investing time wisely. Time is one of the most valuable things we have. The way we choose to spend it shapes our lives and determines where we end up. Think of your time like an investment. Every day gives you the chance to either grow it or waste it. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said, "Life is long if you know how to use it." This quote is a powerful reminder that life itself is not short. Rather, we make it short by squandering precious hours on things that don't matter. The Stoic secrets to living a fulfilling life revolve around understanding that time is a limited resource, and once it's gone, we can never get it back. So, how do we make sure we're investing our time wisely? The first step is intentionality, using our time with a clear purpose. If we apply the same care to time that we do to managing money, we can build a life that reflects our true desires and goals. This doesn't mean you have to become a productivity machine or spend every minute doing something useful. It's about balance and being mindful of how your time serves your long-term vision. Imagine dedicating just 1 hour a day to learning something new. It could be reading, picking up a new skill like coding or a new language, or exploring a hobby you've always been curious about. After a year of investing just 60 minutes a day, you could read more than 20 books or master something that opens new doors in your life. How different would your future be if you spent an hour a day developing yourself, instead of wasting that time on endless social media or watching TV shows that add little value? It's not just about improving yourself, it's about gaining the discipline needed to stay on track. The Stoics believed true freedom comes from self-discipline. When we make conscious decisions about how we spend our time today, we build a future that is aligned with our values. But let's be real. Distractions are everywhere. From the temptation of instant gratification to the constant barrage of notifications, it's easy to lose focus. So, how can we avoid falling into the trap of wasting time? The answer is simple, but not always easy. Consistent effort and a little planning. Time management tools, whether they are apps, planners, or just a daily schedule, can help us stay accountable. But the real key lies in your ability to make decisions that align with your core values and long-term goals. Think about it. What are you doing today that brings you closer to your dreams? Are you spending time on things that matter? Or are you just filling your day with distractions that keep you from reaching your full potential? The Stoic approach is about taking control of each moment and being intentional with your time. This means asking yourself, is what I'm doing right now helping me live the life I truly want? Every day is an opportunity to take small steps toward becoming the person you want to be, and every moment counts. Just like someone might wisely invest their money in ways that will yield returns in the future, we should approach our time with the same strategy. Whether you are building a career, improving relationships, or becoming more knowledgeable, each choice you make about how you spend your time either brings you closer or takes you further from those goals. What will you do with your time today? Will you let distractions control you, or will you take charge and invest it wisely, guided by the Stoic secrets of discipline and mindfulness? If we focus on the choices we make now, we can create a future that is filled with growth,
purpose, and fulfillment. Remember, time is one thing you'll never get back. Use it wisely.
Number 3. The influence of those around you. The people we choose to surround ourselves with play an undeniable role in shaping our lives, both for the better and for the worse. Relationships are powerful, with the potential to either energize and motivate us toward our goals or deplete our energy, leaving us stuck in cycles of negativity. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, was acutely aware of this dynamic and often reminded himself to be cautious about the company he kept. In his meditations, he reflects on how the wrong company can disrupt our peace of mind and cloud our judgment. This is a crucial lesson in modern Stoicism. We must acknowledge the influence that those around us have on our thoughts, actions, and emotions. Stoic teachings encourage us to choose relationships that contribute to our well-being and growth, while distancing ourselves from toxic influences that drag us down. Toxic relationships, those built on negativity, drama, and self-doubt, can slowly erode our mental health, self-esteem, and overall sense of purpose. I too have felt the weight of negativity when surrounded by individuals who focus on problems without offering solutions. People who seem to revel in despair rather than seek out possibilities. Being around them left me feeling drained, unmotivated, and stuck in a cloud of pessimism. However, once I intentionally sought out more positive, driven individuals, the shift in my mindset was profound. Those who inspired me to act, to focus on what truly mattered, and to keep pushing forward, helped me regain my clarity and sense of purpose. This is the power of positive influence, and it aligns with the heart of Stoic philosophy, which emphasizes cultivating relationships that not only offer emotional support, but also encourage us to live by our highest values. Our companions, whether friends, colleagues, or family, either propel us forward or hold us back. And the choices we make in our relationships can either nourish or poison our personal growth. This is why Stoicism places great emphasis on setting clear boundaries. We must be willing to distance ourselves from people or situations that no longer serve our well-being or hinder our pursuit of growth. In modern life, this practice is more important than ever. With constant distractions and overwhelming social pressures, it's essential to protect our mental space and time. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely said, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Our time is precious, and the people around us can either bring us closer to our goals or distract us from them. By surrounding ourselves with individuals who support our journey, challenge our limitations, and inspire us to be better, we align ourselves with the very essence of modern Stoicism. In the end, it's not just about managing our time, but also about managing the influence of others on our lives. Choosing the right company can be the difference between a life of stagnation and one of fulfillment, growth, and purpose. The influence of those around us can be a powerful force, so let us make it a force for good in our lives. Number 4. The importance of reflection. Reflection is a powerful tool that can profoundly shape how we live our lives, enabling us to use our time more intentionally and purposefully. In the fast-paced, distraction-filled world we live in today, taking a moment to pause and reassess our actions, decisions, and values can make all the difference. The Stoics, particularly Seneca, understood this well, emphasizing the importance of daily reflection as a means to improve our lives. Seneca famously said, "Life is long if you know how to use it." He was reminding us that time is a resource we must learn to manage wisely, and reflection is key to that process. By regularly assessing how we spend our time, we can identify areas where we're not living in alignment with our values, or where we're squandering precious moments on things that do not serve our greater purpose. Reflection is not just about self-assessment, but also about progress. It helps us track where we've been, what we've learned, and where we can improve. For instance, by simply taking a few minutes each day to ask ourselves questions like, am I living in accordance with my principles? Or, am I using my time effectively? We can course correct before time slips away unnoticed. Modern Stoicism. teaches us that by incorporating this practice into our daily routines, we become more mindful of the present and conscious of how we're spending our days. Reflection also fosters gratitude. When we pause to look back on a day, we often discover that even amid challenges, there were positive moments or small victories that went unnoticed in the rush of life. This practice helps us shift our perspective, cultivating a mindset of gratitude that in turn motivates us to keep moving forward. As Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Through reflection, we can reframe our thinking, find the good, and create momentum toward a more fulfilling life. Reflection also has the practical benefit of offering clarity. It helps us avoid repeating mistakes, providing the insight needed to make better decisions moving forward. This process of learning from our experiences and adjusting our course is essential to living a purposeful life. In the context of modern life where distractions are abundant and constant, setting aside time for reflection might seem like a luxury. However, it is one of the most vital practices we can incorporate into our routines. Without it, we risk being swept up in the noise of daily life, losing touch with what truly matters. Just as we regularly maintain our physical health, we must also tend to our mental and emotional well-being, and reflection is a key part of that. It allows us to slow down, reconnect with our core values, and refocus our energy on the things that align with our highest aspirations. This not only improves our productivity but also ensures that we are living with intention, rather than simply going through the motions of existence. By reflecting daily, we cultivate self-awareness, resilience, and the clarity needed to build a life that is aligned with our deepest values. It allows us to take control of our time, preventing it from slipping away in meaningless distractions. Reflection, in essence, gives us the opportunity to live with greater purpose, ensuring that each day counts toward the life we truly want to create. As the Stoics taught, life is finite, and it is up to us to make the most of the time we are given. Through consistent reflection, we ensure that every moment is purposeful and that we are always moving closer to our ideal life. Have you ever explored the content of Stoic in your life? If so, leave a comment saying, "I've watched the channel's content." If you're new here, comment, "I just joined and will follow regularly." Join us as we dive into the practical applications of Stoicism in real life. And together, let's learn how to embrace its teachings to make the most of our time and live with intention. Number 5. The power of saying no. In today's fast-paced world, there's an unspoken pressure to say yes to everything, to please others, to take on new responsibilities, and to fill every moment with activity. But have you ever stopped to think about the true cost of saying yes all the time? The Stoic secrets reveal that every time we agree to something, we are committing our precious time and energy. And if we don't learn to set boundaries, we risk becoming overwhelmed, losing control of our own lives and straying from our true purpose. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, often wrote in his meditations about how easy it is to be distracted by things outside our control. He recognized that saying yes to every request, no matter how insignificant, can divert us from what truly matters. When we give in to the pressure of always being available or saying yes to obligations that don't align with our values, we are, in a way, letting external forces dictate our time. What happens when we start saying no? Well, it's not about being selfish or shutting people out. It's about creating space for the things that genuinely matter. It's about protecting your time and energy so that you can focus on what truly aligns with your long-term goals and values. By saying no, you assert control over your life instead of letting others pull you in every direction. Imagine if you stopped saying yes to every invitation, task, or request that didn't resonate with your purpose. What could you accomplish if you focused your energy only on the things that matter most? You would have more time to invest in personal growth, your career, or your relationships, things that move you closer to your goals. By setting boundaries, you give yourself the clarity and energy needed to focus on what you can control. Stoic philosophy teaches us that true freedom lies in taking ownership of our actions, decisions, and priorities. This means recognizing the importance of saying no when necessary. Take someone like Tim Ferriss, for example, who popularized the concept of the 4-hour workweek. He emphasizes the importance of eliminating unnecessary tasks and focusing only on what is essential to success. Tim, like the Stoics, understands that saying no is a powerful tool for living intentionally and maintaining control over your time. It's easy to get caught up in the noise of life saying yes to every request, but the Stoics teach us that it's not about being busy. It's about being purposeful. Saying no helps you preserve your energy for the things that align with your personal values and long-term vision. And while it might feel uncomfortable at first, it's a practice that builds discipline and self-respect. When we say no thoughtfully and intentionally, we honor our time and energy, making it possible to live a life that's rich with meaning and fulfillment. Next time someone asks you to take on an additional task, or when you feel the pull, to add another commitment to your already full schedule, ask yourself, is this really in line with my goals? Will this move me forward in life? If not, don't be afraid to say no. In doing so, you'll be exercising one of the most important Stoic secrets, learning to control your time and your life, instead of letting life control you. The lesson is clear. By embracing the power of no, you take back control, protect your energy, and invest your time in what matters most. Number 6. The role of rest and recovery. In today's fast-paced world, rest is often seen as a luxury or even a waste of time, but in reality, it is a crucial part of a productive and fulfilling life. This is especially true for our physical health, mental clarity, and long-term effectiveness. Even Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful Roman emperors who led a reign filled with tremendous responsibilities and constant pressure, understood the necessity of rest. Despite his heavy workload, he knew that without proper rest, he could not perform at his best or make wise, thoughtful decisions. In fact, rest serves as the essential fuel for both our body and mind. It allows us to recharge, heal, and recover from the demands and stresses of daily life, which in turn replenishes our energy. Without adequate rest, we risk burning out, which diminishes our ability to think clearly and reduces our productivity. It is in these moments of rest that we are able to reset our focus and reignite our creativity, two key components that drive our success. Often when we work nonstop, we convince ourselves that we're being productive, but in truth, the brain needs time to process, consolidate information, and regain clarity. This is why taking breaks, getting enough sleep, and allowing ourselves moments of relaxation are not mere indulgences. They are absolute necessities. In fact, maintaining a balanced lifestyle that incorporates rest is vital to improving our decision-making abilities and overall productivity. Modern Stoicism teaches us that rest is not a sign of weakness or falling behind, but a necessary part of maintaining our effectiveness. Just as a soldier must rest to be fully prepared for battle, so too must we allow ourselves the time to recover in order to face the challenges of our daily lives with strength and wisdom. We often mistake rest for laziness, but by embracing it, we allow ourselves to operate at our highest potential. In the same way that we understand the importance of eating and exercising to maintain our health, we must recognize that our mental and emotional well-being require periodic recovery as well. A mind that is overworked without proper respite is far less effective than one that has been nurtured and restored. By embracing the role of rest and recovery, we align with the Stoic principle of living in harmony with our nature, fostering a lifestyle that recognizes the balance between action and restoration. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." This craving for constant productivity and activity can often lead us down the path of burnout, while a balanced approach to life that includes rest and recovery leads to sustained success, well-being, and a life well lived. Modern Stoicism encourages us to understand that rest isn't an indulgence. It's a vital element of a life that allows us to stay focused, productive, and aligned with our higher purpose. So, let's not overlook rest in our pursuit of success, but instead recognize it as the powerful tool that enables us to reach our highest potential. Number 7. Biological effects of time mismanagement. Poor time management can have a significant biological impact, affecting both our physical and mental health in ways that are often underestimated. When we fail to allocate our time properly, the inevitable result is stress, which triggers the production of cortisol, the body's stress hormone. As a result, elevated cortisol levels can wreak havoc on our health, leading to a wide range of issues including anxiety, depression, weakened immunity, and even an increased risk of serious conditions like heart disease. Stress is the body's response to perceived pressure, and when left unchecked, it can become chronic, causing long-term damage. In addition to stress, the consequences of poor time management often include sleep deprivation. Sleep is not just a luxury, it is a biological necessity for mental recovery and physical repair. Without sufficient sleep, our cognitive functions suffer, decision-making becomes impaired, our moods become erratic, and our immune systems weaken. This cycle of stress, lack of sleep, and impaired health becomes self-perpetuating, creating a downward spiral that feels almost impossible to escape. Moreover, when time is mismanaged, it often leads to unhealthy eating habits. With our schedules overloaded, we may skip meals, grab fast food, or neglect nutrition entirely, all of which exacerbate the physical and mental toll of stress. The consequences of this vicious cycle compound over time, creating a significant impact on our overall well-being. In the framework of modern Stoicism, the balance between work, rest, and healthy living is not only emphasized but seen as essential to a fulfilling life. The Stoics believe that true contentment comes from cultivating habits that nurture both the body and the mind, fostering a holistic approach to well-being. As Epictetus wisely stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." The Stoic approach to time is rooted in mindfulness, making intentional decisions about how we spend our days so that we can avoid the stresses of mismanagement and its detrimental biological effects. By carefully considering how we allocate our time, we can prioritize rest, exercise, and mindful eating, all of which improve mental clarity, reduce stress, and contribute to a healthier, more balanced life. This practice of mindfulness in managing our time not only protects our health but also allows us to be more productive, less anxious, and more at peace. In our modern, fast-paced world, where time feels like an endless race, Stoicism teaches us to slow down, reflect, and take control of our schedule. Instead of letting time slip away in a blur of stress and poor decisions, we can consciously decide to invest in habits that promote health and happiness. This balance between work, rest, and self-care is essential for leading a meaningful life. It enables us to accomplish more without sacrificing our well-being, helping us align with our values and achieve long-term fulfillment. As the Stoics remind us, it is not just how we manage our time that counts, but how we live in harmony with it, using it wisely to support our health and happiness. Number 8. The psychology of the procrastinator. Procrastination is something we all struggle with at one point or another. We know there's something we need to do, but somehow we find ourselves avoiding it, even when the task is important. It's easy to fall into the cycle of guilt and frustration, knowing we're wasting time yet unable to take the first step. Understanding the psychology behind procrastination can be a game changer, though, and help us transform this habit into a pathway for productivity. At its core, procrastination is often driven by a fear of failure. Many of us delay tasks because we're afraid of not performing well or not meeting expectations. It's as though we would rather put off the task than face the potential of not doing it perfectly. Perfectionism is another key culprit, setting standards so high that anything less than perfect feels like a failure, which leaves us paralyzed. But there's another psychological barrier that often plays a role: a lack of self-confidence. When we doubt ourselves or our abilities, it becomes easier to procrastinate because we fear judgment or feel like we're not good enough. Then, there's the brain's natural craving for instant gratification. Our minds are wired to seek out immediate rewards, like the quick satisfaction of scrolling through social media or binge-watching a show, instead of the delayed rewards that come with completing a challenging task. This cycle of temporary pleasure leads to deeper procrastination habits, which makes it even harder to break free. The good news? Stoicism offers a powerful solution to this struggle. The Stoic secrets teach us to focus on action, not perfection. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, believed in the power of taking small, consistent actions every day. These incremental steps, even if they're imperfect, are far more important than waiting for the perfect moment that may never come. Through discipline and focus, we can break the procrastination cycle and start making real progress toward our goals. Stoicism also helps us shift our mindset. Rather than getting lost in the temporary comfort of avoiding tasks, we learn to focus on long-term goals. The key to overcoming procrastination is changing our inner dialogue. Instead of thinking, "I can't do it," we should challenge ourselves to take the first small step, making the task feel more manageable. Think about how you might handle a huge project if you broke it down into bite-sized, achievable actions. Would that make it less overwhelming? Creating an environment that supports focus, free of distractions, also plays a significant role in overcoming procrastination. When we eliminate the temptations that pull us away from work, we set ourselves up for success. But overcoming procrastination doesn't happen overnight. It requires patience, persistence, and a conscious shift in how we think and act. The Stoic approach is to embrace action rather than avoidance, and by taking small steps at a time, we begin to build momentum. Imagine if you committed to spending just 15 minutes a day on a project you've been putting off. What would happen over the course of a month or a year? The truth is, consistent, purposeful action leads to achievement. You don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to start. By applying the Stoic secrets of self-discipline and focusing on progress rather than perfection, procrastination can be transformed into an opportunity for growth and success. You have the power to break free from this cycle and reclaim your time. Are you ready to take that first step? Have you ever felt overwhelmed by saying yes to everything, leaving little time for what truly matters? How often do you find yourself giving in to external demands, losing sight of your goals? Let's think about it for a moment. Share your thoughts in the comments with one of these quick answers. I struggle to say no. I prioritize my time now. Or I'm ready to set boundaries. And don't forget, stick around until the end of the video, because there are even more powerful Stoic insights coming your way, especially in the last 3 points that will really surprise you. Number 9. Time mismanagement and relationships. Time mismanagement doesn't just affect our productivity. It has a profound impact on our relationships. When we fail to allocate time for the important people in our lives, emotional distance gradually develops, leading to a breakdown in communication and connection. In today's world where work demands, technological distractions, and the constant pressure to stay connected often consume much of our attention, it's easy to neglect relationships, believing that we can always catch up with loved ones later. However, over time, this neglect causes relationships to deteriorate, and the emotional distance created becomes increasingly difficult to bridge. The truth is that a lack of social connection is one of the greatest risks to our mental health, sometimes more harmful than smoking or excessive drinking. Time spent with loved ones isn't just a luxury, it's a necessity for our emotional well-being. Modern Stoicism reminds us that the value of relationships is immeasurable, highlighting that deep connections with others are among life's highest goods. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, underscores the importance of empathy, respect, and understanding in our interactions. He reflects on the need for genuine engagement with others, reminding us that relationships require intentionality, not just obligation. Failing to invest time in our relationships means missing opportunities to cultivate mutual respect and affection, which in turn strengthens the bonds that help us navigate life's challenges. Stoicism urges us not to view relationships as burdens or afterthoughts, but as essential components of a meaningful life. In this light, quality is far more important than quantity. Spending time with others is not about how much time we spend, but about how deeply we are present. In a world full of distractions, being present, free from the pull of technology or our own mental clutter, is crucial for strengthening our relationships. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, stresses the importance of being fully engaged with those we care about, rather than simply occupying time with them out of a sense of obligation. In the modern world, this means eliminating distractions and actively creating space to nurture these connections. Whether it's scheduling regular family dinners, carving out time for friends, or setting aside moments to connect with a spouse, prioritizing relationships ensures they remain strong and fulfilling. The simple truth is that the way we manage our time with others directly influences the depth and value of those relationships in our lives. Time is a finite resource, and how we choose to spend it with others, whether in joyous moments or through offering support in times of struggle, ultimately shapes the strength and quality of our bonds. By embracing the Stoic mindset of intentionality and presence, we can create relationships that are not only fulfilling, but enduring. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Similarly, true richness in life comes not from an abundance of distractions or tasks, but in the quality of the time we spend with those we care about. In the end, it is through our relationships, nurtured by mindful time management, that we experience the depth of life's true fulfillment. Number 10. The Stoic approach to time and action. The Stoic approach to time and action is built on the fundamental understanding that time is one of our most valuable resources, and how we use it directly shapes the life we lead. Time, in the Stoic view, is not something to be squandered or passed idly. It is an asset to be invested wisely, aligning our actions with our core values and life's purpose. As Seneca wisely reminds us, time is the most valuable thing a man can spend, underscoring the urgency of not allowing it to slip away on trivialities. Stoicism teaches that we should focus our energy on what is truly in our control, our actions, decisions, and responses, while letting go of things beyond our grasp. By doing so, we free ourselves from distractions and unimportant tasks, enabling us to live with greater focus and intention. Modern Stoicism encourages us to actively define what is meaningful to us, our values, principles, and goals, so that we can consciously allocate our time to activities that reinforce those aspirations. This focus ensures that our efforts are purposeful and not dissipated on things that do not serve our higher ambitions. In today's fast-paced world where distractions are constant and time feels ever more limited, this idea of deliberate action is essential. Rather than letting external demands dictate our schedules, Stoicism teaches us to prioritize what truly matters, freeing us from the noise and chaos that can erode our sense of purpose. The Stoic practice of focusing on right action is particularly relevant today, where many of us find ourselves overwhelmed by unnecessary tasks and the endless pursuit of things that do not enrich our lives. As Epictetus pointed out, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do, emphasizing that right action starts with clarity of purpose. This discipline, cultivated through daily practice, helps us remain on track and keep our long-term goals in sight. The Stoics believe that time management is not about filling every second with activity or constant motion, but rather about aligning our actions with what we deem most important. By stripping away distractions and focusing on the meaningful, we can lead lives of greater productivity and satisfaction. In the modern context, this Stoic principle is particularly crucial, with so many demands on our attention, from emails to social media notifications. Learning to focus on what matters most is more challenging yet more important than ever. By practicing daily discipline, we cultivate not just productivity but also fulfillment, ensuring that we are investing our time in ways that foster both personal growth and long-term happiness. The Stoic view of time and action teaches us that life is not about how much we can cram into a day, but about how intentionally we choose to invest the time we have in actions that resonate with our values and aspirations. Through this mindful approach, we not only increase our effectiveness but also deepen our sense of integrity, living with purpose, and making every moment count. By focusing on what truly matters, we align our actions with our deepest values, leading to a life that feels both meaningful and fulfilling. Number 11. Security in the other person. Relationships are often seen as a union where two people come together to share their lives, but true harmony in a relationship goes beyond mere togetherness. It's built on mutual respect, growth, and unwavering support. A healthy relationship isn't about dependency, but about nurturing each other's personal development and giving one another the freedom to grow as individuals. Have you ever been in a relationship where you felt stifled, like you couldn't pursue your own dreams or be your true self? If so, you know how damaging it can be. Stoicism offers valuable guidance when it comes to building strong, fulfilling relationships. It teaches us that the foundation of any lasting relationship lies in mutual respect, self-respect, and an understanding of personal boundaries. Rather than becoming entangled in the need for constant validation from others, Stoicism encourages us to focus on our own inner strength and self-worth. This doesn't mean we should be emotionally detached or indifferent, but rather that we should learn to find contentment within ourselves, which naturally enhances our relationships. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, believed that our peace and happiness should not rely on external approval or recognition. He teaches us that by cultivating a strong sense of self, we create relationships based on equality, respect, and mutual growth. Imagine a relationship where both people are free to pursue their individual goals, yet continue to support each other along the way. Wouldn't that be a relationship built on a solid foundation of trust and respect? A relationship where both people maintain their sense of identity and autonomy can become a source of true fulfillment, as each person is encouraged to grow and evolve without fear of losing themselves. But there's an important lesson here. Boundaries are essential. Setting healthy boundaries isn't about creating distance, but about safeguarding our emotional and mental well-being. When we let others dictate our sense of worth, we risk losing our independence and our peace. Think about it. Do you ever feel overwhelmed or dominated by someone in your life? That might be a sign that your boundaries are being violated. It's crucial to recognize when a relationship is draining your energy or holding you back, and when it's time to walk away from toxic dynamics. Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, emphasizes that true freedom comes from living virtuously, independent of others' opinions or approval. His wisdom suggests that we must cultivate an inner strength that allows us to be independent, yet connected, strong enough to build meaningful, supportive relationships without becoming dependent or controlled by them. Have you ever walked away from a relationship that no longer served you, even though it was hard? It's difficult, but it's often the best decision for your personal growth and peace. Remember, healthy relationships should be nurturing, supportive, and free from toxicity. They should encourage your growth and well-being, not drain you. The Stoic approach to relationships teaches us that the key is self-awareness and self-respect, combined with an understanding of others as independent individuals on their own journeys. Next time you find yourself questioning a relationship, ask yourself, is this relationship helping me grow? Is it based on mutual respect and understanding? Or does it feel like a chain that holds me back? By applying Stoic principles, respecting both yourself and others, setting boundaries and knowing when to step away, you can build relationships that are fulfilling and lasting. The Stoic secrets show us that the foundation of any strong relationship lies in maintaining your own identity, while supporting the growth of those you care about. When both people are free to be themselves and pursue their individual paths, they can create a deeper, more meaningful bond that will stand the test of time. Number 12. Technology as an ally of time. In today's fast-paced world, technology can either be a powerful ally in managing our time or a significant distraction, depending on how we choose to engage with it. The allure of endless scrolling through social media or the habit of constantly checking our phones can easily steal hours of our day, time that could be spent far more effectively. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, once wisely noted that organization and planning are essential to using our time wisely, a principle that holds true now more than ever in the digital age. Technology, when used with intentionality and purpose, has the potential to enhance our productivity and keep us organized. Tools like Trello, Asana, and Google Calendar can help us stay on track, manage our tasks, and set reminders, all of which make time management more efficient and effective. However, these tools are only useful if we engage with them consciously. They must be used as a means to an end, not simply for the sake of activity or appearance. Modern Stoicism teaches us that true success doesn't lie in filling our time with tasks that lack substance, but in focusing on what truly matters. One of the key challenges posed by modern technology is the temptation of digital multitasking, a practice that can severely undermine our focus and productivity. Constantly switching between tasks, checking emails, responding to messages, or browsing social media dilutes our attention and reduces the quality of our work. In contrast, focusing on one task at a time, a practice known as single tasking, leads to better performance and greater clarity. As Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, advised in his Meditations, do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life. To be effective, we must minimize distractions and be deliberate in everything we do, treating each moment with the importance it deserves. By applying Stoic principles, we can limit unnecessary distractions, such as excessive notifications and constant social media use. One simple yet powerful technique is to turn off notifications, preserving our attention and ensuring we can focus on what truly matters. Decluttering our digital spaces, much like we would declutter our physical spaces, is another important step in reducing unnecessary stress and maintaining mental clarity. Taking breaks from technology through digital detoxes can also help recharge our minds, allowing us to refocus and return to our tasks with renewed energy and creativity. Embracing moderation is crucial, balancing our digital engagement with time for reflection. Solitude and meaningful connections allows us to live intentionally. Creating intentional digital rituals such as starting and ending our days without technology can help us align our technology use with our values, ensuring that our devices serve us rather than control us. In the end, technology, when used purposefully, becomes an invaluable ally in optimizing our time, allowing us to live a more focused, meaningful, and fulfilling life. The key lies in our ability to engage with it consciously, using it to support our goals and values, rather than allowing it to derail us from what truly matters. As modern Stoicism teaches us, time is a finite resource, and we must learn to use it wisely. Technology can be a powerful tool in this endeavor, but only if we approach it with discipline and intention. Are you ready to take control of your time and make every moment count? If you're tired of letting distractions get in the way of your goals, comment yes or 1 to show you're ready for change. And don't forget to stick around until the end of the video, because the last 3 points will truly surprise you with even more powerful insights. Trust me, you won't want to miss them. Number 13. Mindfulness and Stoicism. Mindfulness and Stoicism, although originating from different traditions, share a profound commonality in their approach to living intentionally and being fully present in each moment. Both practices emphasize the critical importance of awareness, focus, and the ability to control how we respond to external events. Mindfulness, particularly in today's fast-paced world, involves cultivating the ability to be present, engaging deeply with our thoughts, emotions, and surroundings. This aligns closely with Stoic philosophy, where self-observation and the regulation of our internal world are paramount. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, often spoke of the necessity to monitor our thoughts and focus on controlling what is within our power, namely, our responses to external events. He reminds us that while we cannot always control what happens around us, we have full authority over how we respond. This Stoic perspective mirrors modern mindfulness practices, where awareness is rooted in the present moment, observing our thoughts without judgment and responding intentionally. Scientific studies have shown that mindfulness, especially practices like meditation, can physically change the brain, increasing gray matter and enhancing our ability to regulate emotions and manage stress. This scientific understanding complements Stoic teachings, which suggest that the key to tranquility lies not in controlling external circumstances, but in mastering our internal reactions to them. Epictetus, another leading Stoic philosopher, famously taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." His words remind us that while external events are often beyond our control, our inner world is ours to shape. Meditation, a core component of mindfulness, promotes self-awareness and helps cultivate emotional resilience, aligning perfectly with Stoic principles. Both mindfulness and Stoicism guide us to detach from our initial impulses, which are often driven by emotion or reaction, and instead respond with clarity, purpose, and calm. This ability to pause and reflect allows us to develop the emotional fortitude needed to face life's challenges without being overwhelmed by them. For example, during moments of stress or discomfort, mindfulness helps us stay grounded in the present, fostering a calm awareness of our thoughts and feelings. Meanwhile, Stoicism teaches emotional detachment, allowing us to remain composed even in the face of adversity. Personal experiences, especially those involving difficult emotions or challenging circumstances, provide rich opportunities to apply both mindfulness and Stoic practices. The combination of mindfulness and Stoicism creates a powerful toolkit for navigating life with greater presence, resilience, and intentionality. This dual approach helps us manage our emotions, make thoughtful decisions, and act in ways that align with our values and long-term goals. Both mindfulness and Stoicism also place significant emphasis on silence and reflection. The role of quiet time in these practices cannot be overstated, as it provides the space needed for self-reflection, grounding, and reconnection with our inner selves. Marcus Aurelius frequently wrote about the importance of finding peace in silence, even amidst a world full of distractions and chaos. Silence, in both mindfulness and Stoicism, becomes an essential tool for cultivating inner peace and clarity. It is in these moments of stillness that we can evaluate our thoughts, emotions, and actions, ensuring that we respond to life from a place of intention rather than reaction. Together, mindfulness and Stoicism form a powerful combination that equips us to live more balanced and peaceful lives. By practicing both, we become more aware, more emotionally resilient, and better able to face whatever life throws our way. These practices offer us the tools to not only survive but thrive, ensuring that we are always rooted in the present, in control of our emotions, and living with purpose and integrity. In the fast-moving world we inhabit, where distractions and stress are constant, modern Stoicism coupled with mindfulness can help us stay focused on what truly matters, cultivating a life that is both meaningful and well-lived. Number 14. Living with purpose for legacy. Living with purpose means making every decision count, being mindful of how your actions today shape your future and the world around you. It's about asking yourself, what kind of legacy do I want to leave? Imagine your life as a canvas, each decision a brushstroke that contributes to the bigger picture. The Stoic secrets show us that a life driven by intention is one that transcends the distractions of daily life, focused on values and goals that leave a lasting imprint. Research has proven that people who live with purpose tend to experience greater satisfaction and often longer lives. But here's the truth. Legacy doesn't have to be a grand gesture or monumental achievement. It's the small, everyday actions that often leave the most lasting impressions. Think about it. Whether you're helping someone in need, sharing your values with the next generation, or simply being a kind presence in your community, these acts ripple out into the world in ways you may never fully see. This is the essence of Stoicism. Every small action you take, no matter how seemingly insignificant, contributes to the greater good, reinforcing the idea that our efforts in the world matter. Epictetus, one of the foremost Stoic philosophers, teaches us to live according to our deepest values, ensuring that our actions reflect our beliefs. This is how we build a meaningful legacy, by staying true to ourselves, even when the world around us is chaotic. Think of figures like Nelson Mandela and Frida Kahlo. They didn't leave legacies through massive achievements alone. They did so by living authentically, with integrity, despite facing immense challenges. Their stories remind us that authenticity and resilience are key to making an impact. To leave a legacy that truly matters, you need to align your actions with your core values, whether it's kindness, fairness, honesty, or helping others. These values should drive your actions and shape how you engage with the world. Just as important is the community and environment around you, as it influences the choices you make. Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic philosopher, often wrote about adapting to circumstances while still keeping your eye on creating a legacy that serves others. It's not about accumulating accolades or numbers, but about creating positive change in the lives of others, and this can be done by consistently living with purpose. Have you ever thought about how your daily actions are contributing to the legacy you want to leave behind? Regular self-assessment, as Stoicism encourages, is essential to ensuring that your actions align with your values and that you're living intentionally. Imagine for a moment that every decision you made today would ripple forward, creating a wave of positive impact in the world. What kind of legacy would you leave? By living with intention every day, focusing on what truly matters, you can build a legacy that will continue to influence future generations long after you're gone. Your actions, no matter how small they may seem, hold the power to change lives. What legacy are you creating today? The Stoic secrets tell us that the key to building that legacy lies in living a life of purpose, guided by your deepest values, and contributing to the well-being of others. When we live true to ourselves and act with integrity, we create something lasting, something that transcends time and makes the world a better place. Number 15. Emotional resilience through change. Emotional resilience is the ability to adapt, recover, and continue moving forward after facing challenges, changes, failures, or losses without allowing these experiences to overwhelm us. It's the capacity to bounce back from adversity, growing stronger and more adaptable over time. Research in brain science shows that the brain is capable of strengthening itself in response to adversity, improving its adaptability and resourcefulness. This concept aligns closely with Stoicism, which offers valuable tools for cultivating emotional resilience. Epictetus, one of Stoicism's most prominent philosophers, teaches that while we cannot control external events, we do have control over how we respond to them. Modern Stoicism emphasizes the importance of differentiating between the events themselves and our interpretation of those events. Our reactions, thoughts, and emotions are within our control, and by focusing on these, we can maintain composure and clarity, even in the face of life's most turbulent times. One powerful tool for fostering emotional resilience is cognitive restructuring, a practice that involves changing our perspective on challenging situations. Rather than viewing obstacles as insurmountable problems, we can choose to see them as opportunities for growth and learning. This shift in mindset can significantly reduce stress and enhance our ability to navigate through difficult moments with greater strength and clarity. Another key component of emotional resilience is gratitude. By practicing gratitude, we shift our focus from what we've lost to what we still have. This helps us cultivate a resilient mindset, as it fosters a sense of appreciation for the positive aspects of our lives, even during tough times. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Gratitude not only improves our mental well-being, but it also empowers us to remain resilient in the face of adversity. Furthermore, community support plays an essential role in building resilience. Encouragement and empathy from friends, family, and loved ones can offer the emotional strength needed to recover and move forward. However, true resilience also comes from within. Small daily rituals such as meditation, journaling, or even taking a walk can help stabilize our emotions, build mental fortitude, and gradually strengthen our capacity to handle life's challenges. Stoicism encourages the development of such daily habits, as they create a solid foundation of peace and strength that prepares us for whatever life throws our way. Emotional resilience is not about avoiding pain or difficulty, but learning how to face it with courage and clarity. Life is unpredictable, and challenges are inevitable, but by practicing resilience each day, we can approach any obstacle with confidence, perseverance, and the inner strength to rise above. Modern Stoicism reminds us that the way we respond to life's difficulties determines not only our emotional resilience, but the quality of our lives. By training our minds to stay calm, focused, and rooted in our values, we are better equipped to handle any hardship with grace and poise. In the end, emotional resilience is a skill that we can all cultivate, and with the right tools and mindset, we can meet the challenges of life with unwavering confidence. As we come to the end of this video, I want to encourage you to apply the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy to your daily life. Time is one of the most precious resources we have, and once it's gone, we can never get it back. By managing your time intentionally, focusing on what really matters and aligning your actions with your values, you can create a life filled with purpose and fulfillment. Take a moment today to reflect on how you're spending your 86,400 seconds. Are you living in a way that aligns with your priorities and the life you want to build? I'd love to hear your thoughts. How do you plan to spend your time more wisely starting today? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to Stoic in Your Life for more Stoic-inspired insights on how to live a meaningful life. Remember, time is running out, so make the most of it.